Be it resolved that daylight saving time must go. For the motion, please help me welcome David.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will offer 3 arguments that daylight saving time should go. One, that it's an anachronism. Time has overtaken the need for daylight saving time. It's something that belongs in the last century where indeed it was originated. 2, that it's very awkward. It just doesn't fit in with the rhythms of modern urban life. It causes all kinds of inconvenience. And 3, fundamentally, it's also unsafe. So I want to take it back for a moment to the origins of daylight saving time. It originated in the First World War on the suggestion of Sir Sandford Fleming, who was a British industrialist with ties to Canadian agriculture. Now bear in mind, at the time, the combines weren't out in the fields working late at night with their headlights on. Most of the work was done manually. It was the noble peasant with the scythe going through there and say, "Down tools, lad, the sun has gone down," so they couldn't mow in the dark. So in order to get the harvest in time for the to reap the benefits and send the food off to the workers, it was extended in that sense. So what did they go and do then? Just after that, they reversed it. We turned it around, and it went to the early morning, and then of course now we have the daylight hours. That's still with us, but we're getting the early morning darkness. So it's awkward in that respect. In other words, the children are coming home from school in the dark now during the winter months, can't play ball hockey after school. And it's also fundamentally unsafe, because now we have drivers coming home at the end of the day in the dark hours of the winter months when they could have that extra bit of daylight, and that causes traffic accidents and so forth. So it just does not fit in with the rhythms of modern life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. And now to speak against the motion, please help me welcome Allan.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable government. It is so easy to speak against this motion that it's like shooting fish in a barrel. I mean, how can I lose? Not only must daylight saving time be maintained, it must be extended so that it happens all year round. That would get away from this awkwardness, this inconvenience that the government seems to be concerned about. I mean, really, the way we choose to number the hours is kind of arbitrary. So if it was all year round, well, then everything would be nice and simple. But let's reflect on the benefits that we get from daylight savings that we start. I mean, already we've got more than half the year on daylight saving. It's not much of a stretch to take it to the whole year. We've got a lot more golf time when we're on daylight savings after work. People are getting their gardening done, the lawns mowed. You can enjoy the beautiful outdoor cafes in Bloor West Village here when you have daylight savings times. Now let's extend those benefits into the winter time. Admittedly, because of the way the planet works and the sun works, it wouldn't be quite as beneficial. However, when you spend all those big bucks and go out to Whistler or go up to Mont Tremblant, how nice it would be to have an extra hour of daylight so that you could stay on the ski slopes. And our government was concerned about safety, but think of the poor kiddies on Halloween. If we had daylight saving year round, the kiddies would have a little bit of extra daylight that they could go out and extort candies from their neighbors. I have to say that the daylight saving time has proven to be so beneficial to all of us. We must extend it absolutely year round. What I would say to you, fellow members, when you come to vote, let's treat this motion the way it deserves to be put. Let's send this motion where the sun don't shine.
Thank you, Allan. And now to conclude the debate, please help me welcome David.
Ladies and gentlemen, bear in mind that the motion read that we should do away with, or daylight savings time must go. And by daylight savings time, we mean that present practice of taking a few hours and adding it in the summer and then taking it away again in the winter. Now, the honourable member of the opposition wants it extended year round. Well, that's an argument that daylight savings time, as we presently know it, must go. So he is arguing cross-purpose against his own resolution. I am all in favor of extending it year-round. It'll be perfect. But, you know, we have to remember that there are certain traditions that we need to respect. I mean, if the hookers down on Lower Jervis Street had to work in the glaring sun at 10 o'clock in the evening, they would no longer be ladies of the night. So obviously, we can't have his cake and eat it too. We must either do away with the present system or totally remodel it. Thank you.
Thank you, David. And now, if I can have your votes for the motion of 13. And against the motion, 6. David, you have won. The motion has been carried forward. Congratulations.